Righty everyone, welcome back to another video. I just wish you all a Merry Christmas and hope you have been having a good time with your family and all that. But yeah, already had a good time for my family today, so that was pretty good. And I've resorted now to fixing the old Landy. You know, she hasn't really had much love and attention since I got her running last. Today, I would like to do a couple of jobs on it. So, this cover needs to come off and I'm going to try and get this wiper motor working. The wiper's working. See if the motor's toast or if it still works. Also need to check the charging system because the alternator doesn't seem to be charging the battery. What are you doing, Fergus? Wait! Wait! He's not listening. Door just shut. But yeah, I have to do that. I would also like to try and see what's going on with the fuel gauge, but I don't know if I'll get to that. I probably won't worry about that. Yeah, what else? I remember what else we have to do, but at the moment the wiper motor, which is behind this panel, and the alternator, which is obviously under the hood, that needs to be fixed. But I'll do that once the car is running. So take these cover bolts off. Them out the rest of the way. Might need to get another 2 bolts for this because we're missing some bolts and nuts. Oh, and also I ended up putting a new needle and seat into this, and the old one was definitely a dud. So we had 2 duds. We had the original one, that was a dud, and then the new one, which we got a couple of, I don't know, probably about a month or 2 ago now, it was also a dud. So now we have the new needle and seat, which is working perfectly. So yeah, 2 duds in a row, and 3rd time's a charm. That's what they always say. But yeah, so I don't know if that's original. Might be. I'm not really too used to my Land Rovers, but all the Land Rover wipe motors I've seen are a bit different to this. It is a Lucas, so it probably is the original, but yeah, I don't know. Guess we'll just have to find out. Gotta find out if the bloody thing works first. Yeah. So, what it looks like here, I know where this one is. Only has a single switch up on the dash. I'll show you that now. So here's the switch. Yeah, but the wipers don't work obviously because I disconnect the battery, but this has only got 1 position. So I'm wondering, why is there 4 wires going, or actually, sorry, not 4, there's 5. Yeah, is it? Hang on. No, there's only 4. There's 4 wires going to this terminal, which is a bit, or sorry, this connector, which is a bit, to me, a bit odd. Why would you need 4 wires? It's a connector. So yeah, I don't get why. Anyway, this is what the terminals look like. They're not very corroded, honestly. They've got a little bit of corrosion on them, but nothing that we can't fix up with a bit of contact cleaner and some emery tape. But yeah, how am I supposed to take this? What, Fergus? Go back. Hey? Where you going? Fergus? He's going on a walkabout. Well, yeah. So I'll pull that off, see what we can't do. Let's get this off now. It's threaded into the firewall, so I guess we scored there. Don't have a stupid nut on the other side. Come on. There we go. Alright. Probably would be a good idea if I pulled this nut off the top here. What size? Not an 11/16. Must be a 3/4. There we go. Let's get this top nut off here. Know what the hell's under this. Never pulled one of these apart before, so it's been pretty perfect, isn't it? Okay. Reckon we get this bolt out first. Maybe. It would be an alright idea, I guess. Probably might be an alright idea for us to chuck that back on again, actually. That's off. Pull that screw out completely. There we go. And put it back in the way I found it. Maybe. Indeed. Pull this off now. At least out of the way. Bolt back on. Come on. Do it in, would ya? There we go. Sweet. I think it's threading in. Well, I don't know how the hell I'm going to get this motor out. It's like stuck in here or something. Maybe I need to pull these screws out before I can do something. I don't know. I reckon I probably will have to do something like that. Alright, let's crack out the old 1/4 inch socket. Here we are. Imperial. Might be a 1/4 inch. Nope. 5/16. No, I'll go with 11/32. There we go. Alright. Might pull this off first. And then, well, that's even smaller again. Yeah, that might be a 1/4 inch. I say might. I was wrong. It's 9:30 seconds. Alright. Yay, we have a winner. I'll pull this cord out first, or whatever it is that makes it work. It's tightening. It'd be good if you put it the other way, mate. Alright. Seems like it's already come off once before. Thing's bloody loose. This is going to be a tight squeeze. My finger is swelling up so much from that freaking wasp bite. Hate wasps. Dump bees. I think that's what zip ties and bias pliers called them. If you've ever heard of zip ties and bias pliers. It's not looking finest in here. Looks like a lot of hard grease in here. And I have no brake clean left, so that's just mighty fine as well. Oof. That doesn't look good. No bueno. Holy moly. That just looks nice. Caramel chocolate Christmas pudding. Thanks for the Christmas present, Land Rover. So I might have to undo that C-clip there. Well, actually, I'll just be able to pull that out. Yeah, I can just pull that out, I reckon. Oop. It's working. That's a good thing. Sounds a bit bloody how you going, but it's working, so I'm happy with that. I'll put some new grease into it. Alrighty guys, moment of truth. See if it works. Oh, hang on. Hey! How's that? Perfect. It works really well, actually. Sweet. Guess that's that then. Right, I guess we'll put this cover back on. I will need to buy a new wiper switch at some point as well, because this one's a bit faulty. But it'll do for now, so... Oh, we've still got to get new wiper blades for it anyway, so... It's pretty solid. Alrighty everyone, back for another day on the Land Rover. So I'm going to be pulling the alternator off, as I said earlier, as the alternator will not charge the battery, or it's not charging anyway. So I'm just going to pull it off, clean all these terminals up, and hope that works. Just drop the spinner. But yeah, if it looks dirty I might consider pulling it apart, but I'd rather not, as that's just more work and I'm probably just digging into more problems. But anyway, let's get to it. Before anyone comments, honestly, because I know there's going to be one of those dipshits out there, pardon my language, but I know these are not impact sockets, but they do the job. See? Like butter. Let's try and get the prick off now. Need a wobble socket. Alright, try a brake bar first. Just get it loose with that. Okay. Loose anyway. Oh. So I've got the alternator off. Doesn't seem too bad actually, it sounds nice. And didn't have a whole heap of rust and crap come out of it. The back of it doesn't look too bad, and I think I found out why it's not charging. It was missing a wire. There's a wire just hanging, and I think it's supposed to go to this terminal, which is D. D positive, I think, or B. Yeah, this is probably where it goes to charge the battery. That's probably why it's just fallen off. But oh well, we'll clean all the terminals up before we put it back, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, we're back for, what's today? Day 3, I think it is. And yeah, we got little Fergus to help us again. Fergus! He's a bit fat. Bloody fatty. Yeah, he's here to help us again. But yeah, we're trying to pull this alternator apart today, get it all cleaned up. Now I might spray some WD-40 around these threads, this housing. There's 4 of them, which is a bit different to the Lucas. I'm pretty used to Lucas alternators, like the ACR range. But this is a Bosch, and I don't like Bosch stuff. I have not had the best of times with Bosch in the past, so if this is anything like what I've had, this is going to be a right shite of a thing to pull apart, so yeah. So the alternator is the dynamo, and then this little box here is your regulator box. So yeah, it's basically a dynamo and a regulator all in one, which is pretty good. Now we do have brushes here, and one appears to be stuck, so might pull that off, maybe. Can't remember what this is called here. It's a commutator? Armature, that's what it's called. It's the armature. Commutator's up here. That's what goes on the brushes, I believe. Could be the other way around though. But it doesn't overly really look that bad. Just needs a good clean up, that's all. And we'll be able to do that. That's a pretty simple job. Then around this housing here, needs a good clean up as well. What else? So we have here, this is the other side. This has got, I believe these are called the field windings. So these are basically magnets. Oh, hang on. Are these? I think these are the magnets. And then that coil there, as the spin around, as the armature spins around, it creates a magnetic field between the field coils. And then between this, they then create a electronic current, or some magnetic electronic field. I don't know. I'm not super experienced with all that, but I think that's what happens. And then, yeah, and then it goes through the field wire and the dynamo wire, and then that goes to this little box here, which is the regulator box, and that regulates current. So I am doing a voiceover here, as there was some background noise, but here I'm just cleaning up the terminal, ready to be put back on. Now we'll do up the first nut with a 11mm socket on the breaker bar. And we'll spin the next nut on, which is a lock nut. And do that with the 10mm and the breaker bar. Yes, I haven't lost my 10mm. I still have all my 10mm. I'm going to touch wood because otherwise they'll be missing. There you go. Righty, that is it. It's all cleaned up as you would have saw. It's all back together, all on. Everything seems to be pretty good. So yeah, all that's left to do now is I guess put the battery on and start her up and test it out. Right, got the multimeter there. Battery's all hooked up. We got to try start it now. See if it starts with the needle and seat, the new one. Oh, we got a charge light. That's something new. Something doesn't sound right. Never mind, must have just been the choke being on. Anyway, that charge light went out on the dash, so we might have a winner. Let's see what we get. Oh, excellent. Fucking beautiful. We got a winner. 2 winners. What an excellent Christmas present. Sweet as. Well boys, I guess that's the end of the video. I'll see you in the next one. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Cheers.